Lazy Susan spin around, topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
I'm racing to chuck my phone before all the alerts go off. I got to get better at that. But welcome to the Lazy Susan. This is Adam. Todd, joined with us once again is our special guest Brandon to once again go over nice and refined Marvel Rivals pre-mid-season tier list right before the next, technically right before mid-season kicks off on the 21st. Today is February the 13th. Kind of want to give our thoughts on where we think people are ranked and put them, see if we can come to an agreement on any of the characters or maybe all of them. We'll see where we agree or disagree. We have it ready to go. I'm just about to kick off the TikTok side of things. So 1 second here. Just got to hit go live there. I didn't want to do the intro because how I have everything cropped would have looked like a hot mess. So we are live at YouTube, Twitch, X, and TikTok.
Sheesh.
I know. Let's go. Keeping busy, trying to keep it going. Hopefully it looks good on all those. I don't know if I 100% have time to take a look at all those, but I'm just fingers crossed that everything looks and sounds good. So that's what we're going to hope for. But other than that, how are you guys doing?
Solid.
Chilling.
You guys ready to kick off this tier list and jump into the mix?
Oh yeah, let's hop right into it.
All right, gentlemen. So I guess without further ado, start from the top, or before we go into it, we'll just explain. We'll go over each character and see if we can agree on where they belong on the tier list. And instead of last time organizing it from Vanguard, DPS, and Strategist, we're just going to put them where we think. Just for now, we're just going to place them, and then we can kind of rank them within their rank if we really want to get into it. But for right now, we're just going to see if we can agree. If we can agree, we'll put them in there. If we don't, we'll move on, and we'll come back to it and figure out where the majority agrees and so on and so forth. So without further ado, Adam Warlock, how are you guys feeling on Adam Warlock? Where do you want him to be put? So silence. Not confident with your answers?
I'm chilling with Adam Warlock being a B.
Honestly, I think I'd put Adam Warlock at a B as well.
Yeah, I put him at B.
I love him, but especially with some of these buffs now and these additional characters, he's taking a B right now. All right, Black Panther.
Black Panther is very high A.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Very
for
high
sure.
A.
All right, on. I was kind of in the middle of A and B, but you're saying high A. But then again, he's a very complex character.
I put him in high A too.
Yeah.
All right. How you guys feeling about the Hulk?
Still S tier.
No.
He is phenomenal though.
He's okay.
I would rank with him with S as well. No, we're gonna skip him for now.
I'll put him in. I've still put him in B.
B?
Still.
Dude.
Not even A?
Shit.
Only with the Gamma team up is he going A.
And only A for Gamma? Okay.
That's crazy.
All right, we'll come back to him. All right, Black Widow. What are you guys thinking?
B or C?
Like C?
Yeah,
I think
I'm still okay with C.
I was gonna put her in D, honestly.
Nah.
I feel like the upgrade she got just wasn't enough.
I'll put her in C. I feel too bad putting her in D. I put her in C.
All right. We might not have any Ds though.
I don't see anyone being in D, honestly.
Okay.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that's going to be in.
If it is, it's going to be Black Widow. She's the only person that is D worthy.
Pretty much.
All right.
Hey, yo.
So what do we think about Captain America, guys?
I hate him.
It's foul.
B. I put him in B.
I'm okay with that.
I think
Low
he's a
B.
solid B. Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Solid B character.
All right, Cloak and Dagger.
S tier.
S. Okay,
100%.
we're cool with that.
this
All right,
isn't even-
Doctor Strange.
S tier.
S. Absolutely, I'm cool with that. Groot. I'm thinking S as well.
I think he's A because if you have a good team that actually takes care of his walls, he's kind of irrelevant. But he is very, very annoying if he knows how to like manage his walls well, even if you like are shooting his walls and shit. So I would put him in A.
I'm willing to go down to A. Okay, I'll slap him in A. Hawkeye.
It's weird.
That one's weird as well.
He's weird.
It's weird. I still think Hawkeye and Hela are S tier, even though they are not picked. I don't think that Hela's nerf was
Substantial.
substantial enough to say it was a nerf, but sure, it technically was.
You can feel it,
both of those characters are definitely still S tier.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they're not picked more in ranked.
With Hela's nerf, because I play Hela a lot, it wasn't a sizable nerf, but it's noticeable. It's definitely noticeable.
Move this. Oops. Sorry, I saw one of my things. All right, yeah. All right, cool.
But Hawkeye is weird because unless the person, Hawkeye is, I think, a really good character, but the person has to be good. If
right,
the person
you gotta be
is
hitting
trash,
the shots.
they have to be really good. Like not just like okay, like they have to be really.
But his
good.
potential is crazy high if you're landing those hits. It's insane.
If he's just not, even if he's not getting headshots, like him just not missing is so
crucial.
much damage.
I agree. Yep. What about Iron Fist?
Probably B.
I was gonna put him in B.
I'm okay with B.
Okay. Iron Man.
Another B.
B. I was gonna go A.
He's only good with Gamma, in my opinion. He shreds with Gamma. But outside of that,
I think that still makes him A. Like I'm not for just like taking away part of their kit and being like, well, without this part of his kit, he's not doing that. Like that's part of his kit. Granted, you need the team up for it to happen, but it's still part of his kit. So that makes him an A character to me. Same way why that makes S or Hulk an S character.
All right, we can.
So I think he's
Are
A.
you comfortable with A, Brandon? We'll circle back. Jeff.
Jeff is a B. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking the same thing.
I'd put him at B.
I put him at B.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because I agree with the notion that there is really no support that's under a B.
Yeah, that's true. That is very
sure.
true. Loki, I think is A.
A teetering S just
right.
because of the way that comp meta goes right now. Like,
well,
someone gets banned and then the other team picks the Loki so they can double up on that ult. So
right. Okay.
I would put him in A.
A? Sound good? All right, cool. And then we got Luna Snow. I think we're all going to agree S.
There's no way.
Easy.
Yeah.
Magic. I make Magic's A.
I put Magic in A.
At the end of A. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into that when we, All right, Magneto.
We don't have to, like, move things around, but I'm just saying, like, that's where, in my mind, she'd be, like, at the back end of A.
Okay.
I'd probably put Magneto in A.
A?
Yeah.
I could see that.
I think Magneto's S tier.
I don't know. That one's kind of, we can get back to that one. I have some choice things. He is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. It's just, he does teeter S or A for me. Then we have Mantis. What do you guys feel?
I think she's A
tier.
A?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. As I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking of the other supports. Okay. Moon Knight. I want to say he's a teetering A, B for me.
He's another one that's at the end of B or end of B high A. Or I'm sorry.
Front of B high.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I put him at S.
But Moon Knight at S.
Moon Knight, 100%.
Well, we'll get back to that one.
Either high A or low S, one of the two.
All right, then we got the guy who's becoming a demon, apparently, Namor. What's going on with him, man?
He's A.
Yeah.
He was low on my first. On my first season, he was low. But after I played with him.
He's getting nasty, man. He's getting nasty.
Yeah, he is.
Penny Parker. I want to give her S, but I think she's an A.
No, she's not S.
S.
No,
I just
No
think
way she's an S.
no,
I
she's
guess
not.
I think she's
I
a
would
B,
like to, but I think she's
high
an
B,
A.
low A.
Yeah,
Really?
I'll
So
agree with that.
I'm okay with like either of those.
Yeah, I'll put her in B because she's situational. She's not
We'll
a
get back
good
to it
all
then.
the time pick.
Okay, I'm willing to hear it out. Psylocke, what are you guys thinking?
A.
I think Psylocke is still S tier.
She might just be too fragile for me. I might be thinking A too, but we can come back to that one as well. Punisher,
S.
S.
I agree. Rocket, should we just cycle back to that one?
Just
Already?
cycle back.
He's
Just
A.
cycle back.
He's A. He's not S. He's not B. He's an A.
I'm agreeing with you, but we'll have to cycle back to that one and have our talk, I suppose. Scarlet Witch,
She's a B. I put her.
She's a
I'm
B.
cool with her being
Low
B.
B.
Her buff buffed her. Her small buff helped her a ton.
Yeah,
Well, that and people understand more concepts of the game now. Like
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
just like, oh man, she's pressing her ult. We don't know what to do. Like people are like, oh, let me throw a Magneto bubble on you. Let me throw a shield from Invisible Woman on you. Like people are actually like doing different creative things to stop them from hitting her. So hearing that makes it interesting.
yeah. Spider-Man,
Spider-Man's the same thing as Black Panther. Very high A. Like the tippy top point of A.
that's technically wherever Black Panther would be. I
Yeah,
would think
both of
Spider-Man
them
is
I think are the
What do you think,
pinnacle
Brandon,
of the A tier characters.
A for now, and we can debate where later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to put him in B. I really want to put him in B.
You know, I want to give him the luxury of an A.
It's not that because he's probably going to be my next lore character. But
I would love to learn how to play him good, but
you have to be absolutely cracked with him to be like high A with him.
right.
But he is good at dive. He is really good at singling people out. He's good at disappearing in the team fights, even though you can hear him still. But if even for a dive comp, I wouldn't go straight to him. That's why I want to put him in B because it really depends on how you guys play and like what you want him to do. Because in order for him to
I get that.
he has
No,
to use his
100%.
whole kit to get the kill, right? One kill. And his ult, even though you think it'd have more range, is actually kind of small. And you have to hit the whole ult to get the kill. Even if they're already hurt.
Right.
You know, so it's like
You gotta be in with the quickness. That's pretty much.
yeah.
him and
I
back-
want to put him in
back-
A, but like I know I should put him in B kind of thing. Like
All right. Squirrel Girl. Where we looking?
I put her in B.
I wonder if people can see that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think I had her in D last time, so that's a good upgrade for her.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I think things got a little shafted on the TikTok side as far as it being eligible. There we go. That's better. All right, B. I agree though. Squirrel Girl B. Star Lord.
I think he's another A character.
B or A.
A lot
I'm
of
cool.
these DPS are going to be A characters for me.
Storm. Shout out
Storm's
to S
another
for me.
A.
A.
Oh, A.
I wouldn't put her in S, but
I think.
A.
Well, all right. We can go. We'll
A
go back
for
to that one.
sure. Okay.
All right. Thor. Thor, I think, is A.
A or S. I'd be fine with him either.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm definitely more comfortable with him being an A than S.
All right. Venom.
Like a B.
It was gonna be B or A for me.
Yeah, I'd put him in A.
Okay, we'll get back to that since Todd said A. Or you said A yet, Todd?
I said B.
Oh, okay. Brandon said A. Okay. We'll circle back to him. Winter Soldier.
A or S. He's one
Yeah,
of the two.
I'm gonna
I
say
would put him in
S.
S.
Yeah.
Then we have Wolverine. Well, talk about a buff right there too, man.
I still
Holy.
put him in B,
B?
even with the buff.
I was gonna say A.
Minimum A.
All right, we'll get back to him. Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
Another
Fantastic
B
is
character.
another character that I would put in low B,
Or high B,
possibly
low A.
C.
Oh,
Oh, no.
C? Oh,
Possibly
you're going
C.
lower.
Yeah, possibly C.
Oh.
I love Mr. Fantastic. He's one of my favorite
fun.
characters
I wasn't
to play
expecting
with,
to
but
be that fun. I agree.
I don't think he is viable in almost any situation.
He's viable against Wolverine. I'll give him that.
I guess, but
That's
any
true.
DPS is viable against Wolverine.
All right, we'll get back to him then, and then we have Invisible Woman.
A,
A.
not S, but A.
Okay. Todd, what are you saying for Invisible Woman?
Yeah, I guess A is acceptable.
I feel like she'd be high A for me at least, but
It would be very high A. My biggest gripe with Invisible Woman right now is her range.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly why
No.
she's an A.
That's
If-
my biggest.
If it wasn't for her range, she would easily be an S tier character.
I'm willing to give that in. Okay. All right. Looks like we need to figure out Hulk, Iron Man, Magneto, Moon Knight, Penny Parker, Psylocke, Rocket, Storm, Venom, Wolverine, and Mr. Fantastic. Where do you guys want to start? Just at the beginning?
Real
Sure.
quick, I hope the Human Torch is good. I really hope he's like an A tier character.
Bruh,
That's how
he
I
has
feel
a team
about
up with
this.
Storm, so I'm
just-
like, or at least that's what it's rumored.
Just to mix up the fucking team comps and the bands every
Yeah.
game. Like, I hope he's good, so people have to actually.
And if he's not good, I
change
just
it
hope he
up.
has a gimmick that if he gets picked, people are like, damn, I really have to work around this.
Yes, like it's. I hope he's good, so it switches up everyone's team comps and who they're playing.
I think it might do something like that. Honestly, it just
I
seems
hope.
like it. And hopefully the same thing for the Thing. Be interesting.
I would like another.
I hope the Thing is cooler than the
Human
Human
Torch.
Torch. In my
He
opinion,
desperately needs it.
I prefer the Human Torch to the Thing, but for the game aspect, I hope we get a better tank.
a better tank, another
Yeah.
tank that's actually good.
Okay.
So, well, I
All
mean,
right.
there's a lot of good tanks, but
Yeah,
We'll get in.
there's just way more viable.
DPS.
DPS, yeah.
All right, Hulk for me was teetering S and A. Where are we putting him, guys? Todd says S. Brandon says B. What's going on?
B is crazy.
He only with the gamma would I put him in A because he gets the 150 health boost plus the gamma thing for Strange and Iron Man would put him very solid in A. But without that team up,
He's a phenomenal dive tank, that's for sure.
he's okay. He's okay. I think. Oh, let me. He's good. He's good. But he's one of those characters that, as long as you face him and don't run away, he's not much of a threat. But people get scared when they see the big green man jumping in, and they try to scatter.
He can constantly hold that charge down while he's fighting too. He could be like kind of like in and out of places.
He can, but that's
He's
his
got the CC.
that's his strength and his weakness is that he's in and out.
Todd, are you willing to buckle from S at all? Because I think
I'll
he's
go down to A, sure.
I'll give
Okay.
it A. I'll give
Okay.
it A, even though I don't really agree. I'll give it
All right, fair enough. All right. By the way, this was a good look of our list without any changes where we agreed. No, mutually agreeing.
A.
No D rank, but that's good. All right. So then now when we mix things in, we're willing to agree for Hulk for A. Iron Man. What did I say he was at? I think I was said he was also teetering, but I think I'm more comfortable with him being an A. But I think you guys even said B, no?
I said B.
Okay.
Again, I think Iron Man is only really good with the gamma, and that's it. If he doesn't have gamma, he doesn't. I won't say he doesn't do a lot of damage. He does an okay amount of damage, but his mobility really isn't there. Even when he's flying, like the shift, it's better, but like I can still beam Iron Man while he's shifting around. Like you have to like really do some real crazy stuff, and even then you're like barely surviving with like 1 or 2 shots left. So it's
Todd,
like,
where did you have Iron Man?
I have him in A because that's part of his kit. Like the gamma thing is part of his kit. That is part of who he is as a character. So
I agree with A. So I will slap him over an A. Shit. All right, and then we got Magneto.
at least A.
yeah, I'm comfortable with A. Who is struggling on this one? Adam?
I don't know. I think Adam, you said you had something to say about him.
Yeah, I was just saying like because I think were we trying to get him to S? I don't fucking remember already. I might be comfortable with him in A actually, just because like he's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, because like range, he's like the perfect fucking tank for when it comes to range battles, because he's being able to block that and use that towards his own attacks and all that. It's just when he gets up in when the brawlers get to him, basically. I don't
It's
think
a sword.
Yeah, but it's
And a pushback.
true, but that pushback's on cooldown, no?
I mean, yeah, but he still has it. Still
Right.
nice.
Okay, that'd be my only reason why he wouldn't be an S. So I'm okay with him being an A.
I think he's a solid A character. I think I had him in S last time.
Okay. Moon Knight is the one you said S for. I think Moon Knight is another A.
I would agree with, I guess, low A. Yeah, sure.
Low, damn.
Because he does a lot of damage and he gains ult charge fast.
I was like, his ults are like insane. He's almost one of the first people popping ult, which is insane.
As someone who plays high mobility characters, I never struggle with a Moon Knight ult. Like as soon as I hear that, I just shift in literally any direction and I'm good.
But not every character can do that.
I'm aware of that.
Most characters
I'm
can't
just saying that like I don't struggle with that. So I don't know. It's very gimmicky for Moon Knight. Like over time, everyone's clustered up on the point. Sure, Moon Knight's S tier. He's gonna fuck shit up. But as the game's progressing and we're getting to that point and whatnot, I don't know. Like he's good at certain choke points and stuff like that. He gains ult charge fast, but he dies pretty quick. If you jump on him, you're probably gonna win that 1v1 battle. I don't know. I'd be comfortable with him being A. S tier, I think, is insane.
I don't think it's that insane. Well, he just has good damage output. Even 1v1.
Great damage output.
Even 1v1, he can single people out really well. His onks have CC on them. You don't even have to hit them. Like you just hit. And he's one of the only people that can kill through ults. And unless you're a highly mobile character, which most characters in the game aren't, especially with his ult buff now, that hits outside of the range.
A lot of people can kill through ults now.
There's still only like 4 characters. There's still not that many.
That's like 4 of those characters are 4 characters that are in every game, though. Magneto kills through ults.
Hawkeye's not in every game. Hawkeye can kill through ults with his.
I'm talking about like instant kills. So like Magneto, he's in every single game.
True.
Yeah, but that's hard to hit.
No, not for the people that you're countering. If you're going against a Cloak or a Punisher, the people that you're supposed to be countering, you're hitting those 80% of the time.
How many times have you hit it?
As many times as I've played him.
Stop it. I play tank way more than you do. That's a hard shot. It's not just like, oh, Cloak ult. It's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. Come on.
It kind of is. She's standing still.
For half a second.
Right.
I'm not saying it's the hardest shot in the world.
You can line that up. She's going in one direction. Line it up. As soon as she's there, click. She's dead.
Okay.
That's the exact same thing for Punisher. Like he's dead.
I've seen plenty of Magnetos miss that shot. It's not. I mean, I've tried to hit it. It's not extremely easy.
We'll play after this, and I'm gonna be smacking. Watch.
Penny Parker. I said teetering. I might retract that. It might just be A. What do you guys think of for Penny?
I think she's. I still think she's kind of B in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I like her health regen, but
I think she's also great for dives, for like countering dives towards your healers.
That's the meta
towards
right now.
yeah,
5 characters are it right now.
yeah, that's all fine and dandy and whatnot, but she just doesn't have like very much survivability on her own. So, like that doesn't do much for me. When like, sure, you can turn around and web me once every 3 seconds, cool, but like, what are you doing to save yourself and your team aside from that web every 3 seconds? And that again, that is indicative of you being on defense. Like, you being on defense is going to be so much more valuable than you pushing a cart and resetting up your mines and everything and re-squirting all of your webs everywhere and set like, I don't know. She's just so situational and whatnot. She is great for dive. I will give her that. She is probably the best for like the backline for like magic and whatnot. But again, I think that's specifically for defense. If they're playing offense, I don't need to be like diving their backline like that. I should just be letting them come to me and holding choke points kind of thing. So I don't know.
I'll put her in A.
All right, then cool. Then
Yeah, okay, with low A.
I mean, she can cancel ults, bro. That alone is really strong.
That's huge.
That's true.
That's huge.
That is true.
That alone puts her out of B, in my opinion. That she can cancel most ults in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can cancel, just most of them. It's just like, just wait for it. You know it's coming. You can feel it when people have ult. Like, you can literally feel it. Like, oh, you know when Strange is going to ult. Like, it's no secret.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can cancel Strange out of his ult with a web.
That is huge.
You can cancel Spider-Man, Iron Man. You can catch Iron Man's ult. You don't even have to catch him doing the stupid phase. You can just wait for him to shoot it and just shoot it out of the sky.
I didn't know that. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know.
Yeah, and that's a way harder shot than the fucking Magneto one.
That is hard. They're both hard. I mean, neither of the shots are easy, but it's the fact that the characters can do it.
Fair enough.
Canceling ult is not easy for any character to do to anybody. Like, you have to know that it's coming and you have to have the timing down. Like, that's not exactly a easy thing to do. Like,
fair enough. Then we have Psylocke. I think she is A.
I put her in A.
Just because she is extremely fragile.
Yeah, she's a glass cannon.
She really is.
Yeah, she's not supposed to have a lot of.
That's the point. Like,
I mean, like,
she kills you before you can react.
True.
Yeah, I mean, she can
and
kill
she
Storm.
has insane escapability for her being glass cannon. Like
True.
that.
She can kill Storm out of ult. That's really strong.
She's S to me. She's an S tier character.
I feel like she has. You guys would have more experience than I would with that. I was gonna say I feel like she is, but I just never seen someone play her like S. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put her in A. I'll put her in A because S tier characters are good picks all the time, no matter what.
That's how I feel about Psylocke.
I don't think Psylocke is an all the time good pick.
That's crazy.
She's good more times than not, but not 100% of the time is she a good pick. That's an S tier character to me. No matter what, you can always choose this character, and they're always a good pick.
That's how I feel about Psylocke.
I'm not mad at that, but I do still think she's like maybe high up A.
She's definitely high A.
I'm okay with that. Put her with the Spider-Man and Black Panthers.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of how I feel about her. I feel like
that's why I want to put Spider-Man in B.
But okay, so when I'm basing this list, I'm assuming that the best person is playing these
it.
people.
Yeah,
I'm
that's how I
not
feel.
worried. I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm playing a fucking bronze squirrel girl. Like, no, I'm assuming that all of these people are the fucking Shrouds and XQCs of the world, you know? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you put this person or like a Spider-Man in the hands of a Necros, that is an S tier character.
Yeah, but the character itself is not S tier.
I disagree. His kit makes him S tier, which is all the shit that he can do. He can control
but if
the
you do
whole
that,
battle just by CCing.
Yeah, but if you do that, most of these characters would be an S or A tier. Like most of this roster would be an S or A tier if we're going off of who XQC.
Look at our
XQC
look at
or-
our look at our roster.
Right?
Look at
Yeah.
our roster. Everything's an A.
Right,
So
but-
yes, I agree with that. Yes.
No,
you're
but
in
then
agreement.
Squirrel Girl would 100% be moving up. Wanda would literally, you can't miss. She would definitely be moving up. Captain America, a good Captain America is an absolute menace. He can do damage without even aiming at you. He just literally throws it at the ground and can hit at the whole team. I mean, if we're talking like XQC that are playing these characters, a lot of these characters are going to move straight to S, and most of the team is going to be an A. So it's like you'd have no tier list because then every character would be good. But we know that that's
our
not
tier list
true
right now, though. Like most of the characters are in A with a select few being an S.
Yeah, that makes them viable, but that doesn't mean that they're always good all the time. But if we're saying, oh, the best players are playing all these characters, that's how we're ranking them. Spider-Man can kill half the team by himself.
Yeah, but the people that are the best at those people aren't picking those people 100% of the time because it's not always viable. Based on the other team's comp and the level that you're playing and stuff like that. So I don't think that there's any one shoe fits all to a character. So yes, they have the best skill in the game with that character. That doesn't mean that they are always going to swing the tide of the battle because you're going against another person with that equal skill, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, he's swinging around doing his thing, but he's also dealing with the fucking
have you seen
number
the
one version of Namor.
Have you seen the game histories of these people that are in these ranks?
The what?
The game histories of these people? Like, have you actually gone and like looked at their games?
Oh yeah, they're winning like 14 in a row.
Yeah, and they're blowouts. They're like 3-0, 2-0.
Oh no, not the people that are in the top. Roman and I were literally just looking at the top 10 people, like watching games, and they were going into double overtime, like 6v5, 6-5, and stuff like that. Like there were crazy ass matches, and that was like I was going through multiple people because we're like, holy shit, like there's 6 people in. This is random numbers out of my ass. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but there's 6 people in the top 10 that have mutate, and I was really just like going down their list and watching, and I was like, they were going against probably another 6 stack, and they were going the distance, bro. Like it wasn't just a fucking blowout and it was over. Like they were going the fucking distance.
I can go the distance.
I watched some of them. I watched like 2 or 3 games because I was like, damn, I wonder what aim looks like in fucking a one above all lobbies. I wonder what their strategizing looks like in this. I wonder how they're dealing with certain stuff or like what team comps they're running. And like, yeah, 2-2-2 is a big one, and 1-2-3 is the other big one. That's it.
Right.
So yeah, no, I think it's very much just like their kit and what they're capable of doing and how they disrupt the battle or benefit the battle or help the battle, whatever you want to say.
I agree with that until you start adding in player skill, because it's to me that's too subjective. Because you can take someone who's ass at the game and they're going to be ass on the character, and then you take the same character and you put it on a top 500 person and they're going to frag the team. Like they're immediately going to go from like a C or D tier straight to an S tier just because of the skill difference. But I think you should measure it based on just the character itself and the situations you're putting them in and what you're using them for. When you think of an A tier character, these are characters that are good pick more than half of the time. But Spider-Man is not good for that.
Some of the things that you put in the Like you put them in a certain category because their character is capable of doing this. But how often is that going to be done? Like webbing Iron Man shot. That's something that is only going to be done in high skill tier lobbies. So
but it's very
does
capable.
that make Penny Parker in a bronze lobby lesser than a Penny Parker in a platinum lobby? No, it's the same character. It's the same skill. They can fucking do, or the same ability. They can still do that, but the skill set is different.
The skill set is different, but that probability is not that low. Like
it's a higher probability in a higher elo that you'll be able to hit that shot than it is in a lower elo.
Well, yeah, but I didn't put Penny Parker in just because of that. That's added. I think even if she couldn't do that, she's still A. But it's nice that she can. I put her in A because of everything else about her kit. She has good mobility, the self-regen, the movement speed. She has incredible sustained damage. She has high health. The mines, her damage output, she takes a little bit of setup and her team to kind of help her out a little bit, but only a little bit. Outside of that, I mean, she can one-shot, like she can DPS tanks from full health. And that's not a lot of I don't think there's any tank outside of Magneto that can do that. Oh, Strange can. So 2 tanks. That's pretty good in my opinion.
True.
And her damage is hidden because you literally can't see the mines.
Right.
And she can extend her range. Like I don't know any tanks that can make their range bigger. So, I mean, that puts her in A tier. But that doesn't mean, again, when I think of A tier, these are good picks more than half of the time, but not all the time. When I think of Spider-Man, I'm not picking him even close to half of the time.
Right.
I'm picking him for a very specific thing. I need to cancel someone out. Like I need to specifically target someone and just harass them all game. Like, Psylocke, Spider-Man, Black Panther. I am harassing. Even if I don't get a lot of kills, I still did my job.
Right.
To me,
enough.
that's not exactly an S tier character because they're not good picks 100% of the time. I can choose Luna all day, and it's always a good pick no matter what. I can pick Punisher all day, and it's basically a good pick no matter what. I don't care what the team comp is. I can pick Bucky. It's always a good pick. But I can't always pick Spider-Man. I can't always pick Groot. I can't always pick, whoever, Mantis. Like
I do feel a certain way that like that as well.
It
depends. I feel like the better player playing would be more dangerous playing the Hela and Hawkeye over playing Psylocke. I feel like
100%. Like if you take the same player on Psylocke and you
push
put
them
them
to the
on
limit, right.
Punisher or Hela,
that's
way different.
At least
you're gonna go way farther. In my opinion, you'll go way farther, and that will have way more of an impact on your team fights.
Todd, do you want to add more of that? Because basically, we agree that she's A, but you said she's S. But good. All right.
I think because when I think of B tier characters, I don't think of bad. That to me, they're not bad. They're still good,
right?
But they are good for one thing. That's it. Wolverine to me is a B tier character because he's only good for one thing. You take that one thing away, what's he go for?
But who's gonna go? He's a tank shredder. Who's gonna run without a tank?
You can just solo tank him. That immediately cuts his value in half. Immediately.
Okay.
Like I wholeheartedly disagree with that. That doubles his value because now he only has one target he needs to focus on, and then when you lose your tank, you lose every fight.
Not exactly, but the reason why I think it cuts his value in half because you can either add a third DPS or you add a third healer.
We're talking about him, so
because I saw him down there. But if he has 2 tanks, he has twice the health pool to do twice the amount of damage. You have 1 tank, you immediately cut his damage output in half. Not that he's doing less damage, but he has less damage to pull from. Like he will do less overall damage throughout the match, So
which
you're
is
automatically
completely fine.
lessening-
He's still being the viable character he is, which is
And if he
He's
can beat
still-
that tank, it's
out.
done.
He is
right.
still viable, but only if he can pick the tank. It's hard to pick a tank against 3 healers. It's hard to pick a tank when you got 3.
But he also has
constantly
but
looking
he
for you.
can snag them basically. If you can snag the tank around the corner, it's you're that
Dunzo.
tank's
Not always.
pretty much
In
gone.
these in higher
Dunzo,
tier
game over.
lobbies, in higher tier lobbies, just because the tank is snagged does not mean they're dead.
I understand,
especially-
but it's
especially
like that's
against a
huge,
Magneto.
though. I feel like
It is huge, but he has to get the pick.
right.
It doesn't matter.
Same thing
if
with
he
Thor.
snags
Thor
the tank.
has to get his pick with his slam or his basically snag with the
Right.
hammer throw.
But Wolverine's only good if the Wolverine can get the kill. If he doesn't get the kill, you automatically make him not a good pick for the other team. And anytime you can make the team switch, you're winning. But he must get the kill. If he's not getting the tank kill, he is not doing good. That's why I put him in B. He's good for one thing only.
Stupid Brian.
We had a comment and said,
No,
"Hell yeah,
it's
you
fine.
guys got rid of Derek." Nah, we're just doing a short Marvel Rival segment.
Yeah.
Derek will be back in like a couple hours when we run the actual stream.
Yeah.
You get to see his lovely face.
These are B's are one-trick ponies. That doesn't make them bad characters. They're just only good for their thing, and then once the thing is done, you swap off them. You don't touch them until the thing happens again.
the Thing.
Whatever it is, right?
No, I
Like,
got you.
A tier
I
characters.
still
are
think he's
more-
A though. I think our Wolverine would be A.
Dog, he's getting banned every
because people.
fucking
They don't wanna deal
game.
with it.
Stop,
He's
stop.
a no-
Let's not. let's
Every
not-
game.
It's
It's
because-
so like it's because he's yoinking people.
It's
And
because
the
people
meta
suck.
right now is triple support.
It's
So,
because people
In
suck,
a
bro.
triple
Let's be honest.
support meta, this man is getting banned
It's because people suck.
over
It's not
50%
'cause
of
he's
the
good.
time.
It's not because he's good. It's because people suck.
Todd, you're saying
You
A?
know this as much as I do. People, one, are not this good at the game yet. They're not that good at the game. And two, they don't understand the concepts of these team games. Like, there's a lot of things happening that you're. How many times have we gotten into a game and all people do is stat pad? When we all know, if you're good at the game, you know that stat padding is not the end all. There's a bunch of shit that happens in the game that your stats do not show at all. That makes you good at the game. Just because a character is getting banned does not immediately make them a good character. There's a ton of reasons why a character will get banned. Wolverine
The
getting
characters
banned,
get banned because of the ability they have to easily change the tide of the battle.
it's because of the other team's inability to deal with them. People don't like Wolverine because they haven't figured out how to deal with him yet. Even though dealing with Wolverine is super simple.
Right. You just add more tanks and more heals, right?
No, you take away a tank. You take away you solo tank against Wolverine. You need to go a defensive tank, a Groot.
Oh, you're trolling. You're
no,
trolling.
because you can
You're
wall him
trolling.
off.
No, you're trolling.
You go Groot or Magneto.
His mobility is still good to get around those walls, though. I mean,
Right, but you're making obstacles. The more he has to do, the harder
Obstacles for your fucking team. He
No.
launches Groot. Brandon, I'm playing in GM lobbies.
We
If you
both
are picking, if you're picking Groot, you are instantly asking for the team to ban Wolverine because that is your hardest counter. Hardest counter. He jumps over all of the walls and you can't fucking put them down when you're stunned and he's shredding your life away.
Okay, fine. Pick Thor. Thor can fight fucking Wolverine. He literally gives himself.
Thor, I
gives
think, would be a
himself
better.
shields. And he
Thor
gives
would be.
himself
Thor is a better
Absolutely.
pick, but
But
Groot
either
is
way,
the worst
It's not.
opportunity.
It's not because Wolverine can't jump in and jump out. He either jumps in or he jumps out. And Wolverine most of the time gets his picks because our tanks, even in
He
GM,
dashes in and then he jumps out.
his dash,
is
is like
only
3
on,
feet.
and it's only a 3-second cooldown. So he just has to.
You can't
It
dash
goes like
through a
6.
wall.
It goes like 6 meters.
Right, but you can't dash
A
through
great
walls.
Wolverine, which all of these fuckers are in the top 1% of these lobbies, isn't just gonna be fucking walking with the
No,
team. They're
they
gonna
sit
be
around
sitting
corners.
around a corner
So you
waiting
wall
for
the
you.
corner off.
That's
brother. This is not
if the
rocket science.
if the
What
wall
I'm saying.
lasted the whole match, sure.
The
but I
wall
mean,
does last as long as either Groot doesn't pull it down or there's no damage done. The wall will sit there all game. There's no time on it. There's no cooldown on the wall.
But I mean, like, it will get chalked eventually, and even
Eventually,
sometimes immediately.
sometimes
I mean, like,
immediately.
more than half the time
But
immediately.
Wolverine's not immediately chopping through the wall.
That's true.
He's not worried about the wall. He's gonna wait for you to come around it and yoink your ass into his team.
But
and
he has to get there.
Honestly, regardless of what tank you are, the only tank that has like the most survivability in that aspect is going to be Magneto because he has 2 different shields. And even then, your team is going to cook him. That Wolverine's gonna be like, I got him. Everyone's going to turn and focus, and that's going to happen, Brandon.
No,
I'm telling you that's going to happen.
It's not. Okay. It's not because the bubble stops the yank. As long as Magneto has more than 2 brain cells and keeps a bubble because he knows Wolverine has one target. It's Magneto.
Bro, I'm telling you.
He's not backlining. He's not going after DPS.
Magneto's primary bubble goes on his team.
On himself.
No.
If you're going against the Wolverine, you better save it for yourself, or else you're getting picked.
It sounds like all these tanks have a lot to work around when they see a Wolverine. So much so that Wolverine kind of deserves that A spot.
No, only if he can get the pick. It doesn't matter if he can't get the kill.
But more,
it doesn't matter if you're yanking the tank. It doesn't matter if he gets the one shot. He must get the kill.
If he melts you to 25% and the rest of the team is beaming the tank's done.
But he has to get the yank. That's my point.
I'm telling you.
No, it's not. It's not guaranteed.
Man,
it's not guaranteed. And you can only get the tank if either the tank is just sucks.
Do we know his cooldown on his lunge?
It's 3 seconds.
Dude, come on.
3 seconds.
He's missing it once. He's going to get it again.
On the right click is 3 seconds, and then on the actual shift where he like picks you and jumps away, it's like 7 or 8 or something. But he has to get it. He has to.
And a good Wolverine's going to know how to get it. Enough to
be an A. A good tank's going to know how to block it. That's my point. But that's why he's B tier. He has one role. If he can't pick the tank, Wolverine is useless. There's no reason to have Wolverine on the team if he's not picking the tank. And he needs to be picking the tank regularly. Not every once in a while. Not twice.
Or at least a good one knows his
job. But my point is if you go a whole round and Wolverine gets your tank 3 times, no. He needs to be shredding the tank. Like every team fight, there needs to be big pressure. If he's not doing that, there's no reason to pick him.
Fair enough.
And he has to get the kill. He's not like the other dive characters where harassing is okay.
I think he can harass it to a certain extent and be fine.
A small extent.
Okay. But once again, even if it's the ass end of A, I think he still deserves to be an A.
No. Because he's countered by literally any DPS that can shoot. And that's half of them.
Okay.
I mean, supports counter Wolverine. Like, Mantis can sleep him. Luna can freeze him. Invisible Woman can push or pull him. It doesn't matter. As long as he misses the pick, it doesn't matter which direction you fucking move him. Like, I mean, Mr. Fantastic can shield. And he gets shield instead of health, so you can just brawl against Wolverine as Mr. Fantastic, and you're fine.
Right.
Venom can counter Wolverine by just hitting E. Or just zipping away. Like, Scarlet can counter Wolverine by just standing next to Magneto and getting a 10% damage boost. Squirrel Girl can literally put him in place twice. She can throw it and then E and then throw it again. Penny Parker can web him.
I'm not mad at it. I still, you're making valid points. I'm not going to,
because
not
he's
wrong.
Easily counterable. But the problem is the game has been out for such a short time. People aren't good at the game yet.
I'm just
telling you, characters like Wolverine that are good. Which
this is my thought process. At least he was I'd say middle to low A, and then everything you said, I'd say is valid. So I just put him right there. I would put him at the ass end of A, because I still think his viability and he can play a huge role, and he can he's like Todd said, he's getting banned. There's a reason why he's getting banned. People don't want to deal with that. The fact that people don't want to deal with that I feel like that's enough.
Good, though. People also ban Storm, and she's one of the easiest characters in the game to counter.
See, that Storm was the other one I wanted to get into. I think she's also A, because if her positioning is crucial. If she's hugging the tank, she can be crazy viable.
I mean, she's viable when she's not hugging the tank. But
True.
my point is that Storm gets banned less than Wolverine, even though Storm is better than Wolverine. And it's because people know how to deal with Storm.
Right.
People don't know how to deal with Wolverine because, well, let's be honest, people are just bad at this game. Half the roster counters Wolverine, and they still can't do it.
That's because he's in and out, man. He's lethal.
He's not.
We'll just chill with him at the back end of A, and then we got to move on. We can't be here forever. Rocket.
Let's move on from that one. Save him.
Rocket.
Put him in A. Just put him in A, and we're all happy.
Absolutely.
We'll save him for the end, but because I know there'll be more of a discussion. But Storm, where do you guys want to put her? I was comfortable putting her A.
Yeah.
Okay. She's A.
Venom.
I put him in A.
I'd put him in A as well. Todd, what are you thinking?
I guess we're putting him in A.
He wants to put him in B, I feel like.
I do want to put him in B.
Yeah, he's another one I feel like at the very end. Yeah.
His sustainment is crazy.
That's the only reason I would put him at the very back of A. Is because the fact that he's so annoying sometimes to even deal with, just because he can do that overshield. You're like, I'm getting the kill. No, you're not. And he can dive out of there and just swing back. He's very annoying, and if a good Venom's gonna take advantage of being that annoying, basically. So that's the only reason. Once again, more towards the back of A, but I still think he's A.
I put him in A. He has high mobility, high sustainment. He has an execute for an ult, which gives him more shield.
Right, and a lot of people don't know that, which is crazy. But
yeah, I mean, he has a dive and a knockup and a slow. I mean, his kid is crazy. And he does 4 separate instances of damage for 1 basic attack. His damage output is high.
Especially if you land them headshots. Ding, 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 ding.
Especially if you're dinking.
All right. Mr. Fantastic.
B.
Honestly, the more we're talking about everything, I would be more comfortable putting him in B.
He's in B.
Sucks. He is a lot of fun, though. I would like to... I feel like... Yeah. Some crazy players could definitely push him up to A easily, but I just think majority of the time he's going to be sitting in B.
Yeah. He's a good Wolverine counter.
Yes, yeah.
If you have a good Wolverine on their team, literally go Mr. Fantastic and just punch him around. Punch him around. You can pull him. You can move him around a little bit. And if your tank is yanked, you can jump in with the tank and shield him.
Yeah.
Great support for that.
All right, Rocket. Where are we putting Rocket? We already have majority agreements. Todd and I definitely believe he belongs in A. And I would even say higher, like middle to higher A.
Nah. Not over half of those characters.
I think he is such a solid pick. He's
good for every situation.
No, he's not.
He's viable in every situation.
Only as a third healer.
And if that's the meta, A, right?
Yeah, but there's better third healers. That's the problem. Especially with now that Invisible Woman's a support. Unless you're Bucky or Punisher are cracked, you have no reason to be insta-locking Rocket. You literally have no reason. And even then, if you're Bucky or Punisher are that good, you don't need Rocket. There's a better healer. If you're picking, you should never go out of your way just for the matchup. Ever. Never. Because it's just not. There's better things. There's way better options. There's better options. His healing is not. It's a good supplemental healing, but he can't main heal. And if you're even being targeted by more than one person, the damage will outdo Rocket's healing.
I think it's just more or less holding. He's like the last He holds it. He holds the he's crucial to holding like some of the tides in battle. Just like, shit, we lost some people. We need some just the smallest smidges amount of heals for a group. Boom, he's literally perfect. He's in and out. He's hard to even kill. This man's fucking mobility is insane and should be absolutely critiqued when we talk about it.
Insane, but it only helps him.
Yeah, no, that's not true. Because say everyone's gonna die in this game, right? You're never gonna go in a game. I mean, unless you have a cracked like. But if you're going against another cracked team, everyone's gonna die at least once at some point, right?
Yeah. People are gonna be
Rocket. If he's dead, the fact that he can get back to into the shit that fast could be the game changer. Can be turn the tide, absolutely. And he could throw down a res right there.
But the amount of time that changes the game is seldom. It does happen.
What I would think,
but it's not.
But I swear, watching Todd, I've seen that shit happen with so many goddamn times, and I'm like, no, holy shit! I don't know how you could argue against it. Honestly,
I can, because most healers are more impactful than him more often. Mantis's ult is more impactful more of the time. Because I'm going to die on this hill. The only thing better than rezzing people is making sure that they never die in the first place.
But nobody's never going to die in the first place.
With Luna and Mantis and Invisible Girl.
So nobody dies on your team? Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, but they die much less.
Yes, but it's also inevitable. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but if you're winning, like if you're pushing the objective or holding the objective and you're dying every once in a while, like if you end a game with 4 deaths, you did perfectly fine. I don't care. You can have the 4 deaths. But if you're dying a bunch of times, but you get rezzed every 40 seconds, I would rather you just die 4 times and just take the walk back, because you're in the fight longer. And when especially me and Todd are both in these GM games, what matters most is who can fight the longest. The team that can fight more wins more. And if your team is dying less, you can fight more.
Yeah, but
it's just that simple.
It could also just be like, hey, shit, he had his ult and he got one person. Oh, shit, Rocket had his thing there. There was nothing else that could do that. We were like tying.
Yeah,
boom.
Sure.
Some things you just can't control because it's going to lead to a death.
Some things that's true. But when you have 3 healers that literally,
I'm talking like an instant. Iron Man's ult. Say you got popped. Okay, you're the only one that died. So Rocket's got you back into the mix.
He pops 2 people. He brings back one of them.
Or what if he just pops one person?
Okay, he pops 1. He brings back 1.
Okay, sometimes you could still.
Sometimes.
Right.
That's my point, though. The key word is sometimes.
Yeah, but you're not going to ult. And if that sometimes happens when you have a Luna, Cloak, and Mantis, good luck. You're screwed. You're fucked. You're all the way back at the beginning. You have to walk your happy ass all the way back.
But they have way more of an impact way more of the time.
I don't think so,
anytime you can cancel an ult, which is pretty much all the time if you're playing one of those 3 or even all 3 of them, which is the best, the amount of times you're going to get pushed off point or lose or get team wiped are so low. They're so low. And they all have, except for Mantis, they all have burst healing.
The other thing we even talk about is Rocket's damage to tanks.
It's okay.
It's phenomenal. It's like great.
If you're landing all
damage.
Headshots.
Even when he's not, he's still nice chunks coming off of there. Once again, what if there's a Wolverine? 25% of that fucking boom with a rocket. I'm telling you, it could be the difference maker. You're not going to get
the problem is there's other supports that do the same thing Rocket does and does it better. That's the problem. Rocket is not a bad pick. He's not bad. He's a good support. The problem is there's better supports. I can do Luna and do way more damage than you. I can be Mantis and do way more damage than you and equal out your healing.
There's just no way he's in the same tier as these in B.
I put him in B.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way he is.
Why? Captain America is an absolute menace on the battlefield, and he's a B tier character. Adam Warlock can revive the whole team.
Yeah, and that's huge.
He's a B tier. Listen to this. He revives the whole team.
But he's slow as hell. He can't fly.
But he revives the whole team has 2 different damages, and one of them you don't have to aim, and he has a chain heal.
Yeah.
And he's still a B
Crucial.
tier character. Rocket does none of those
Rocket's
things.
kit is way better.
No, it's
He's got an offensive.
I would say Adam Warlock's kit is way better than Rocket's, and I still put him in B.
I disagree.
When Rocket revives you, you don't even come off cooldown. You have your cooldowns you died with.
Sure, but you're full. Are you close to full health? Full health? What
You're
is
full
it?
health.
Full
You're
health.
Full health.
It's huge. You're back into the mix without having to worry about getting one-shotted.
There's again, everything Rocket does, other supports do better. Mantis does more damage, has a better ult. Luna does more damage and heals more.
I'm not saying
Adam Warlock
being
heals
an S
more.
tier.
Granted, you have to manage his cooldown, which I absolutely hate. The fact that he's a healer that goes on cooldown is crazy.
Right.
But
that's why I think
he
makes
still
him
does
B
more.
tier.
But he does more. He does more healing.
Okay, well, true, but it's also the fact that
and he can soul bond, which is actually
Right.
pretty good.
Thank you. That soul bond is awesome.
And he's still B. That's my point.
I agree, but
he's still
Rocket's
B tier.
more impressive.
The only thing that makes Rocket even impressive is his mobility. He has unimpressive.
It's
damage.
crucial. You're an ambulance. Ambulance's thing is they need to get in there as fast as possible to save people. You know what I'm saying? He's literally that person.
But he doesn't he can't out heal damage.
He's also perfect for getting dived. How many times you're getting dived as all these other characters?
Nobody in this game out heals damage.
Luna does.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I've seen you behind people clapping their cheeks and they're dying, and then you just turn around and run away.
I have literally out healed tanks against 1v4s without ulting. That's how much healing she does. Adam Warlock can do it with a soul bond and one zip. Can heal 3 people from getting dove. And he's still a B tier character. This is my point. There's an actual healer that you both like, and he's a B tier character. And
Rocket's ahead of him.
Arguably has a way bigger impact than Rocket does.
Rocket's res isn't even his ult.
Yeah, but
it's just one person, but it could be it's a difference maker. Absolutely. Yeah, but you're not going to put that right in front of everybody. More than half the time, you're going to keep that in the back or tucked away.
You can't tuck away his ult.
I'm saying Rocket's res.
Yeah, also destroyable.
That's what I thought you were talking about. But no.
Yeah, they're both destroyable.
Right. But and his ult, destroyable, but who's going to get that close while everyone's popping off with attack power?
Most good teams will focus down his ult.
We'll try to. But most good teams will be able to beam you down.
Brother, stop it. He doesn't do that much damage. You can literally out damage his heal with a Galactobot. That's how low his healing is. Just put that into perspective for a second. You shoot an orb in training, and the Galactobot will do more damage than he heals.
Is it only off of one orb that doesn't bounce back? Most rockets going to
one orb.
Yeah, but no, not one orb that's going to be bouncing back and forth. Most rockets are going to have to worry about positioning, which is perfect because their mobility gets them into those perfect positionings, and they can easily bounce those orbs back and forth. And if an orb bounces back and forth, you're getting that heal right back, and you're going to be able to out heal that damage from from a lot of different things. Not from direct from multiple sources, sure, but you're going to be able to do.
That's my point. We're playing a game where you're getting direct damage from multiple sources.
It's going to keep you alive.
Bucky blasting you in the face. You have whoever else in the background plus a tank jumping on you. I don't need heals 3 seconds from now.
I'm telling you.
When I'm facing a Black Panther who's literally on my screen for a single frame, I don't need 70 heal in 2 seconds. I need 150 heal right now. When I have Magneto pushing me around the map, when I have Thor in God mode shooting lightning at me, I don't need 70 heals. I need an idol and a clap right now because that's like a third of my health. I need Mantis on me right now, double healing me because that's half my health bar. I need Invisible Woman double healing me 4 times. right now, not 2 seconds from now, because I'm going to be dead in 2 seconds. When I'm getting ulted in the face, when Groot and Moon Knight are dropping on me, or Groot and name the second ult, I don't need an amplifier. That's the last thing I need. If I hear that, I know I'm fucked.
Well, a Rocket's not going to drop it there. They'll play their cards.
But that's my point. When the most crucial moments are in the game, most of the time, I'm not saying he doesn't come in clutch, but I'm saying if you're playing by percentages and that's how you win statistically more, you balance the deck in your favor more of the time. Rocket doesn't do that.
You need that sword and shield. You need to have that push, and you need to have that defense.
You need the push, and that's where the DPS comes in. They need to be getting kills.
I'm telling you, this is why he's A. I'm not trying to say he's S.
He's not even close to S. In no world is he.
I'm saying he's not. I'm just saying.
I know, but he's not even close. He doesn't even approach the bar.
He's an A for sure.
No, because as a support, I need you to keep me alive.
Not necessarily, and it's strategist. He needs to be able to keep his team pushing. He's great.
Yeah, and you keep your team pushing by keeping them up.
Or keeping them buffed.
Yeah, buffed with health.
Yeah, and armor.
The armor's 25. Don't act like 25 armor is a game changer here. You can take like 2 Punisher bullets and your armor's done. And some.
I'm telling you, this man is like, Rocket is the epitome of just the slight, just what you need.
We don't need slight.
He's holding you over.
We don't need slight.
You're going to need it when you're going to end up dead in any other situation.
No, when I can choose a Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, a Luna.
Stop arguing the S tiers. I'm not arguing.
Okay, fine. Pull all the S. Pull all the S. Pull all the S tier healers out. Mantis.
Just worry about this.
Loki
and Mantis. I think Rocket.
Those 2 alone are better than Rocket.
I disagree.
Loki is the only thing that keeps Loki from S tier is the fact that he needs his clones.
Yes, he does need his clones.
Yeah. But he is a way better healer than Rocket.
He also needs to be hitting those shots though too. And he needs to be able to know where those corners are going and everything. He needs to be with the team half the time. He cannot.
The fact that he copies ults is amazing.
True. His kit's great.
That's way better than Rocket's ult. I don't care. Throw the amplifier out of the game when I can counter any ult in the game whenever I want.
Really quick, even if it is like this for you, he's still in this tier.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on.
No.
We also have another one.
Yeah, you have Invisible Woman. I would take Invisible Woman and a Mantis all day. All day.
I would for sure take a Rocket over a Mantis.
No. Absolutely not. Because
especially if you already have a defensive ult.
You need 2.
Like I said, I think the best way to go.
You need 2 defensive ults in most games.
I think it's good to have a sword and shield type.
Your sword or your
That
DPS.
is a very, very bad outlook on the game, and that is why people get caught in elos. Is we only win if we have defensive ults. We only win if we have defensive ults. That's the only way to win is if we have 2 defensive ults. Oh man, they're running 3 DPS. We need another defensive ult. Let's run 3 support and run 3 defensive ults. No, that's not how you win games.
No.
You know how you win games? Killing the other team and moving the payload. That's it sounds crazy, but it's literally as simple as that. It's literally as simple as that.
It doesn't sound crazy.
When your team that is on defense playing offensively and they're running at you, I'm going to pop my cloak offensively, run at you. 4 spots. We're playing on the Hall of T'Challa or whatever that is. You're in that long row. Okay, you won. I'll give you this 10 seconds. Let's back up, guys. I'm going to give you 10 meters of space. You're going to move back the payload, maybe 2 meters because of how slow it moves. When this is done, hey, I'm going to drop Rocket ult. Drop Rocket ult. They have no defensive ults to do that because they decided to use them against the fucking Star-Lord that was ulting in the top left. Yeah, let's use our defensive ults against the Star-Lord. Now I'm going to use my Rocket ult and push back all the space. And guess what? None of my team needs to use an ult. Just keep clicking normal left click. How is
Yeah, but the problem
that
is
not
most
a
of the time-
viable comp
It is.
in
It
any
is-
situation?
It is
That wins you the
completely-
game all the time.
It is completely viable, but the fact is, it doesn't work out like that in the game half as much as you say it does.
I play Rocket. It does. It does.
I know
I'm telling
play
you right
Rocket.
now. It
I
does.
know. Trust me.
It
I know
does.
you play
I
Rocket.
just say, hey
But it
guys,
doesn't
when
work
this
out
is
that
over,
well.
go ahead and press left click.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. That's not as impactful as just keeping the team alive. Especially
No, I'm impactful by using my voice to keep the team alive. Hey, they're ulting. Back up. Thank you. Okay, the ult's over. Here comes Rocket ult.
Yeah,
Kill
but-
everything. Thank you.
But in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't win games. Not as much as that's not as impactful as I would argue that's not as impactful as you think it is. Because you gain what 10, 15, maybe 20 meters on a good push with Rocket ult.
Bro, that's all you need sometimes.
That's
True, but
that's
you know what's
literally
even
right. What you just described right there is half of a point right there.
maybe.
Give or take, the points are 40 to 50 meters.
Sometimes longer, but sure.
Yeah, that's why I said
But
give or take.
even then, what
So
would be even more impactful?
my one ult just countered one of your defensive ults, and then we didn't have to use any other ults to get that 20, 30 meters or whatever you said, 15, 20 meters. And then all of my DPS and tanks just farmed ult, killing the entire team. So now they have ult for that next fight, which I just have to heal them, keep them alive.
Right.
And then it's just the fucking vicious circle of doing that over and over and over again.
Right, but again, it doesn't work like that well all the time. It only works that well sometimes. But what does work well,
In
more
my
of the
experience,
time-
it works like that like 58% of the time. That's what my win rate is with him.
Right, but
And I'm in GM2 right now.
Right, but what works well more of the time is keeping your team alive. And when the other team is ulting, you need something to keep your team alive.
Right.
Rocket's ult doesn't keep your
a
team
brain.
alive.
That's all you need is a brain. Hey guys, move.
Sometimes it's not.
Hey guys,
just
move.
That, it's
That's
not
literally
that
as simple.
It's not that simple. You know it's not. You're oversimplifying it to make a point, but we know that it's not that simple, especially in these higher elos. GM3, GM2, GM1. We'll just say GM and up. You can't just move. Like, it doesn't work that way. We all know that there's outside factors happening all at the same time. There's especially when you're playing against a good team of good players who we play against, you don't just move. You can't just move out of Strange ult. Like, it doesn't work that way. We both know this because they're going to set, just like you're setting up your ult, the other team is also setting up their team. Their ult. And as I already agree with Adam, there are some things you can't just avoid. You can't, there's nothing you can do sometimes. Rocket's ult doesn't help with that. That's why I don't like him. Luna's ult, I can get caught completely off guard, and guess what? I can keep my team up even if I get caught off guard because I can mitigate those unavoidable situations. Mantis ult does the same thing. Invisible Woman does the same thing. And she does damage. And she has CC. Along with all the other good healers. They all do damage. They all pump out heals. And they all have CC. Rocket doesn't have any of that. And you have to do more to set up his ult. So you either use it defensively.
The only thing that I have to do is talk to my team. It's literally the only thing I have to do.
When the other team is setting up on you, there are some things you can't avoid. Maybe they're waiting for the pick to pop ult. Like they're waiting for someone to die and now we're going to pop ult. Or maybe they draw out your other, like we said earlier, he drew out a Star-Lord ult. Maybe that happens on your team. Now you're down and ult. And then they set it up on you. Rocket's ult doesn't help with that. When I have Bucky yelling again, I don't need an amplifier. When I have Strange yelling about how he's about to Ayakomoto me into the fifth dimension, I don't need a Bucky ult.
Right, but you're going to work
don't
with
need
your
a
team
Rocket ult.
comp. So more than half the time, you're going to have somebody else who could hold that off for a second. And then what's next?
Right.
You're going to need a good push.
you are
Rocket's
going to need a
perfect with
good
that.
push. However, when half the roster can insta-wipe half your team or your whole team, I need more than one defense. When I'm going up against a Magneto, a Bucky, a Punisher, and a Doctor Strange, they have 4 ults that can wipe the team. Wipe us. And if we only run 2 supports, which is fine, you can run 2 supports and be fine. You need to cancel out their ults. That's how you win team games, team fights.
I understand that, and I also think that's probably why
Rocket doesn't cancel nobody's ult. He's a counterattack, but I don't need a counterattack.
just
Half
as
my
important.
team is dead.
Right, but that's a situation where your whole team is dead or they're about to die.
You just
need a whole
said-
there's whole situations
What
where
you
your whole
just
team's
said
alive and you
negated
keep
everything that you said about Luna prior to it. Luna is
keeps
a
the team
counterattack. Yeah, she's a counterattack.
She's a great defense.
So then why is
Defense is not the
Rocket
same
not
as
viable
counterattack.
because he's just a counterattack?
Because he comes in after the fact. Once everything is done. Now
Yeah, and
Rocket's
sometimes
gonna-
that's just as important. You can't downplay that
But
situation.
the only thing that's better than that is to beat it when it happens.
And that's
I
not-
don't need to react. I don't need to do anything if they do something and I'm there to stop it right now. That's the only thing that's better. And half the healers do that.
I
And
think
Rocket
you're
doesn't.
downplaying it. And I think one of the biggest reasons why you're down are one not
I
why
also
you're downplaying it.
I
but,
also know that you're upplaying all the other healers. I've watched you play hundreds of hours on Luna, clapping behind somebody, and they die in front of you because 2 people are shooting them. That's
No,
it.
it's because they suck. It's not because 2 people are shooting them.
if you're healing them, they shouldn't die, right?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, well then here we are.
I mean, it's just the truth. I can heal all day, but if Hawkeye headshots me, you're gonna die. It doesn't matter what fucking healing I pump into you.
Okay, so if you're
I
gonna
can heal
die,
you
it'd
all
be
day
nice to have
unless-
a revive right there.
Or I could just not peek Hawkeye like an idiot, which would be way
It's gonna
better.
happen. It's gonna
It's gonna,
happen.
yeah.
The
but you
next
can-
time we play together and somebody dies and you're like, we need someone more than a Rocket, I'm going to say, remember what you said about not being able to heal through this? I don't care if I'm fucking Luna. I'm not going to be able to heal through a hella double dinking you. That's game over.
You can though. That's the thing. You can. I have healed literally.
You just said you can't do anything about someone who's going to stand out in the open and get double dinked. You can't do
can.
anything about that. Right.
because
you-
they're not playing. Stop.
Right,
No
right.
person
No, no,
being healed is just standing there taking the damage and just hoping that doesn't happen. That's my point. This is what I'm saying. Like, your premise for all this is weird to begin with, because people are going to be jumping and moving and all this shit. And the fact is,
Right.
Rockets,
They're going to be
70
jumping
heals-
and moving, so you're not going to be getting 100% accuracy from the other team. So while you're clapping, oh no, I missed the clap, there goes 70 heals out the window. That could have been 25 heals that was just gradually going up because I don't have to fucking aim. It's bouncing off a wall.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, is my point. Like, my point is, there are more impactful things that happen more often. And the way you win is by stacking those things in your favor more than they can. If I can cancel more ults, my statistical probability of winning the team fight goes up more. If I can keep my team from dying more often, I can probably get more kills. If my team is dying less than their team, I can probably hold the objective. It's not for certain. Nothing is for certain. Nothing's 100%. And we all know this because we've gotten 3-4 kills and our team has still lost the team fight 4v2 or whatever. So nothing's guaranteed, but it helps. When you have the other team with 3-4 insta-wipe capability characters, and our only defense is hope Strange's shield doesn't break and hope our DPS gets a kill before they can, and we have one defensive ult, your probability goes down. Off rip, before anything happens. If we can defend more because we're on defense, our probability goes up. When Bucky ults, if I have something to stop his ult or survive through the ult, my probability goes up. And that's how you win more, by stacking more. But if you're going to go into a situation and purposefully throw it out, you're throwing up too much to chance against too many good players. And they're going to take advantage of you way more than you're going to win the fight.
Brandon, I think you have made a lot of good points, but this game is played by offense and defense, and his ult being an offensive is what you're downplaying.
Yeah. It is what I'm downplaying because I don't need him to be offensive. If I want him to be offensive, I'll choose a third DPS. But that's a way better option.
And him having his win rate, I think, is a good show of how important it is to have those offensive ults. This
he
dude
wins
has a crazy
because he doesn't win because Rocket wins games. He wins because he's
extremely lucky. He's the luckiest character to play as.
Because he's on the team with a fucking Bucky or a Punisher that's shredding.
Okay.
He's getting carried. He doesn't hold his own weight. Luna saves games. Mantis saves games. Bucky wins games. Wins games by themselves. This is my point. Groot can win games. Magic can win games by themselves. Rocket doesn't do any of that. By himself. He cannot do it by himself.
How does Luna win games?
Her healing output is amazing. Probably one of the best healing output healers in the game.
Well, how does she win games?
By being able to heal, do damage, get kills, and cancel ults. She can cancel multiple ults all at the same time. And most healers can't do that.
Gentlemen,
you just said everything that Rocket can do.
Rocket doesn't cancel ults.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't cancel ults.
I'm sorry. I guess technically that's fair. He triggers them.
If you're going up against a bad team, why would you counter ult Rocket? There's no point to.
Okay, then I'll just team wipe you. Don't save your team.
No, you just hide for 5 or 6 seconds.
That could be the difference maker right there.
No, it's not.
Done.
It's never.
I'm done.
But the problem.
You said just hide for 5 or 6 seconds?
Yeah. You just
Isn't that what I said to do with all of the other ults? Then you said, no. It's not that simple. You can't just hide. You don't always get that opportunity just to hide.
Even if you don't get the opportunity, you can fight in Rocket's ult.
Okay.
You can.
You can fight and die. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but Rocket's ult is not that impactful. When Rocket throws up ult, I know it's not that impactful because nobody does shit. They just keep playing the game.
They just die. Yeah, you're right.
No, people don't just die.
If no one counter ults my Rocket ult, we're winning that team fight.
Not exactly.
I'm telling you off of my experience. Yes, that wins it.
Yeah, but we can't do that because my experience is the enemy Rocket ult and I sit in it and I still get kills as Luna. I get picks on the team that's ulting with a support, and I just sit and fight in it. That's my point though. It's you win games based on impactness and value. When I look at this lineup, even if we're just talking healers. All these other healers do more than Rocket does, and they do it better. They do the same thing he does and do it better. And my strongest case for that,
they ain't gonna do that.
My strongest case for that is Adam Warlock has better burst healing, arguably a better ult, has a better kit, does more damage, does more healing. That's 5 things he does better than Rocket, and he's still B. He's still a B tier character. Think about that.
It's honestly his mobility is why he's in B. The fact that he has to walk his happy ass for 20 seconds to get to the battlefield when Rocket can get there in 5 seconds and continuously be healing.
I will take that all day because I know if I'm getting dove on, he's going to click one button and keep me alive. I know if I'm getting dove on and I see a Rocket orb, I'm still fucked.
It's not entirely true. But once again, I feel like everything you've argued is why he's not S, and I agree. But let's be real. Even if you could argue him against the other A tier,
you can
strategists, because that's what they are. Don't forget that.
I'm not forgetting that.
I know, but we can't just play heals and defense. Okay.
No, all the other healers do more damage to him. and get more picks than him.
Yeah, but
and
he's
are better at killing utility than him.
No, they're not better at giving their team a damage boost. They're not better at keeping getting to the battlefield than him. They're
I don't
not
need
better.
to get to the battlefield if I'm keeping my team alive.
You're not
That's
always
my
going to be able to
point.
keep your team alive, though. We've already
Because
talked
I do more heals.
not all the time. They're going to die
All
right
the
in front of
time.
you. There's nobody dies on your team, then, Brandon. Right?
I'm not saying
you got
nobody
100%
dies.
win rate.
No, nobody has a 100%.
Okay,
win rate.
and you're going to run into those issues, and you're going to need a rocket. He's a very good pick, very reliable.
He's situational pick. At best,
Even if he was,
What is the situation that you would pick him in then, Brandon? What's
As a
the
third
situation
healer,
that you would
as
pick
a
him
third
in?
healer. He's a great third healer.
Okay.
That's it.
And the meta right now is 3 support, so he's
Yeah.
100% pick rate every time for you.
As a third healer.
100% pick rate.
I will be okay with Rocket 100% of the time as a third healer.
Okay, but if that's the meta, then he should definitely be an A.
No, because he's only good as a third healer. And as I said earlier, B tier characters are one-trick ponies. They're good
Oh,
for
my
one
goodness.
thing. And that's it.
And he's got
What is
more-
Rocket good for? What's the one thing he's good for?
He's good for like top-up healing.
Not his res,
He's
not his mobility,
again, his mobility
not
helps
his
him, not the team.
offensive alt.
So when I'm as Rocket zipping around the point on overtime, just zipping around, throwing a ball at the wall, healing myself, taking a little bit of damage, healing myself, taking a little bit of damage, zipping around. Oh, shoot. Now my tank's back. Now my other 2 DPS back. Now my other healer's back. Now we're good. That only helped me in that situation. That didn't help the team.
It did help the team, but don't act like that's an every game thing. Because
It's a literally every game thing. Every single game.
And you're only
Every single game.
My point is you're only one division higher than me. So it ain't that helpful. Because if it was that helpful, you'd
It's
be winning
one
more games.
division and it's less games played. So it's a lot more helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had
We're
the
not-
amount of games played that you had, I would probably be in Celestial then.
No, because you're getting carried.
Right. Right.
So he's the luckiest Rocket player.
I'm in the top 1% of people playing this game, and I'm just getting carried. I'll take it.
Yeah, I would argue that. That's what I
That's
would argue.
crazy. Don't do that.
I'm here for it.
No, and I would argue it because you. I'm trying to say this in not a fucked up way. You essentially one trick Rocket.
There's no one trick to Rocket though.
No, what I mean is like it's your main character, it's your most played character, and you very rarely switch off that character. Even when the situation dictates that you need to switch, you still don't most of the time.
No, that's not true.
Pretty
It is true because I look
true.
at your stats all the time.
Oh yeah, but I've seen people ask him to switch, and he'll
And
actually
I swap all the time. And then I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
man,
because-
it's a really good thing that I had that defensive ult. And guess what? We lost. I popped that defensive ult you wanted. I was Luna, started dancing on the point, and guess what? Still lost.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that switching to Luna was bad. It just means you probably did it too late, or it was utilized.
No, I'll do it in the beginning of the game. People will say, hey, can we get this instead of Rocket? Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, but you didn't lose because you switched. There's 10 other factors that are happening all at the same time. That all have
One of those factors was that I wasn't playing Rocket.
Yeah, but if you can if you're outputting more healing and you're canceling
I was playing Luna. I was canceling ults.
Right,
I have Agamottos left and right.
So then it wasn't on
Still
you.
lost.
It was on the rest of the team. And again, we are playing a team game. So you can make the right decision, and if your team makes the wrong decision, you still lose.
So would you say that my right decision making on Rocket helps my team win?
No. It's a factor. But you alone aren't going to make your team win. And we know this because we play in a higher rank. We both play in GM. I can carry all day and still lose. You can carry all day and still lose because we're not playing a first-person shooter. We're playing a team game. It only takes one person to cost the whole team a loss. It's all it takes. 1 weak chain, 1 weak link, in the chain that the other team can take advantage of, and you will lose the game because of that one thing. You can do everything right and lose because of that one thing all game. Literally. And we both know that. We can at least agree on that.
All right. I really got to get the ball rolling here, guys. It is almost pushing midnight. We do got to get to our other podcast. Brandon, I appreciate you being on here. I love all your points. We do disagree on Rocket, but Todd and I did agree on Rocket, so we placed him in A. Brandon still believes he's a B tier. That's okay. We're going to move on. So we'll just wrap this up. Once again, Brandon, thank you. I really do appreciate you giving us your time to jump in here and debate with us and figure out where we'd like to place people at the end of the first half of season one.
Mid.
Yeah,
we'll call it mid.
I've been calling it the mid season, but it's like technically, yeah, we're getting the middle. So, yep, we're looking forward to next week, Friday, right? Is that when they drop Human Torch and the Thing?
Yeah, we'll say the 13th.
All right, and then we'll give it a couple weeks or so, play it again, jump into the mix, and then we'll give you we'll come back at you guys with the final or end of season one tier list of where we think characters are, where we think they are now after these two new characters have been introduced, and if there's any, I don't know if they plan on any nerfs or buffs during the mid-season. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about that. I haven't, so I'm not quite sure. But we'll hit you guys back up with the tier list with the new characters included.
Some adjustments.
Okay. Then, we definitely look forward to some adjustments. Hopefully, Black Widow gets some type of buff to get her out of the bottom, because that's the second time that she's been at the bottom for us. But yeah, once again, though, very impressive that all these characters have a threshold of viability. It's crazy that they're able to do this. So
that's good.
Yeah, no, it's actually amazing that our list even looks like this. I'm not gonna lie.
With
that being said, we love you guys. We're gonna quickly take a little break. We're gonna bounce out of here, then we'll bounce back in with Derek with our normal podcast. We appreciate you guys' time. If you guys have any thoughts about our list, any changes, anything you think we did wrong or should have put someone over somewhere else, let us know. And we'll catch you on in a little bit here. So you guys take it easy and we'll see you later.